Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the books I plan on reading in the month of May. It's quite a bit, and Daddy's home, it sounds like. My husband's home. If you can hear the music. Okay. I'm filming in my room because this right here is my TBR shelf. And let me close this. Okay, so this is my TBR shelf, and I have another shelf above my bed that has some books that I have not read, mainly the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices series. So the first book I'm going to be reading for the month of May, and I've already started it, is Storm of Swords. I keep wanting to say Storm of Shadows, but A Storm of Swords. A Storm of Swords by George R. R. Martin. This is the third book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, Game of Thrones. I'm reading a book every other month. So in July I'll read A Feast for Crows or A Dance with Dragons. I don't know which one the fourth one is. One of those two. And I am loving this series so far. I have got the first season and the second season on Blu-ray or DVD. I got the steel books, and it comes with the magnets, which I'm obsessed with. I've already watched season 1 from the library. My library's closed, and that's going to segue into Sammy, and I need to watch the second season. So, okay. So Sammy, my A to Z reading challenge is still on hold because my library is closed. I'm not buying these nonfiction books unless it's 2 of the ones that are on my list that are being offered on Book of the Month, and then I'll just buy them from there.
Okay, I'm already doing it, so...
You got 2?
2.
I didn't do this last month. I took the month off because the library's closed.
Okay,
First
one is... The Statues That Walked.
Okay, The Statues That Walked. This is Easter Island. If you don't know my A to Z reading challenge, I'm doing a global nonfiction where I'm basically going around the world and reading a book that is a nonfiction book that is set in a different country, or the author is from that country.
Kind of cool.
And so, The Statues That Walked, it's about the Easter Island statues.
Cool. Okay, and
Dum Dum Give Me Gum Gum.
Hey, Dum Dum, give me Gum Gum.
Okay, and
Okay,
the next one is
I am...
Malala. Okay, so I'm going to have to see if my library has these on Hoopla, and I'll read them on my computer. But this is set in... I think Malala is from Pakistan or Afghanistan or Iraq or Iran. I don't know. I'll put it right here at the top. But, yeah. Okay. So, The Statues That Walked, and I Am Malala. So, thank you. You can go into the living room and take that and put it back on my bookshelf.
Yes, ma'am. Do you need me?
No, I don't need you.
Okay.
Okay. That sounded bad. I do need my baby, but not in this video.
Yeah.
Next book. I've pre-ordered it, and it comes on May 19th, the last day of the school year for me and my kids. I homeschool my kids, so we have to do a complete 180 days. And that is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I'm so excited. Yes. I am a Hunger Games junkie. I love it. I am the biggest fan. So, yeah. And President Snow is one of my favorite villains of all time. So much so that I named... Where is he? I named my white cat President Snow. Me and my husband went to the drive-in to see... I think it was Mockingjay Part 1. And there was stray cats walking in between the cars. And jumping on the hoods while we were watching the movie. And... I said, wouldn't that be cool if we just found a white kitten and I named it President Snow and it was a boy? 2 days later, he used to work at the grocery store in our town. Him and his coworkers trapped a little tiny white kitten, a stray, that was in the dollar section getting into food and just messing up a whole bunch of product and wasting money. He brought it home, and he's been with us ever since 2014. He'll be 6 on December 1st. That's our birthday date for him. So yes, my bubs. I don't know where he is. There he is. Come here. Come here, bub. This is President Snow. Has always been skittish. Say hi. Can you say hi? This is my bubs. He's always skittish and he's a tubba wubba. Hi. Alright, I'll put you down. Okay, so I'm reading A Storm of Swords, I Am Malala, The Statues That Walk, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The next one I plan on getting to is Scar-Like Wings by Aaron Stewart. I got this last year for a Blog Tours post. Blog Tours have slowed down because publishers are not sending out books, only to big reviewers and YouTubers. And yeah, I didn't read this one. I did a spotlight tour on it, but this cover has always been in the back of my mind, and it is really pretty. It's 2 of my favorite colors combos. So I'm going to be reading this. You see dark spots. This is the shirt that my husband left a pin in his pocket, and it got all over my white shirt. So ignore the spots. Anyways, the next book I'm going to try to get on Hoopla from my library, because my library has done a bunch of digital orders since March and they haven't come in yet, but I'm hopefully this book comes in at the end of the month and that I can get it before there's a long ass wait list. But that is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I read Let It Snow back in December, and my favorite story out of that book was by Maureen Johnson, and I just want to read more. Plus I've heard so many amazing things about Truly Devious. So yes. Okay, the next one, it's over there on my Cassandra Clare half shelf, and that is Clockwork Princess. The Infernal Devices is the best series out of the 2 I've read so far. Yeah, Jim Carstairs is the best. He's better than Will Herondale. You can fight me over it. I do not care. Will Herondale is a fucking arrogant prick, and I hate him. Jim is the cutest and sweetest cinnamon roll. So I'm finally going to be reading Clockwork Princess this month whenever I finish this, because I've been reading this for 2 days and I'm only on Tyrion's chapter, which is chapter 4. Okay, the next one is a classic that I want to be getting to, and that is Phantom of the Opera. Never read this book, but it's one of my favorite musicals ever. I love the movie. The movie has always been a favorite. I first saw it when I was 15 years old. I think 15. And I just watched the musical, the Britain Tour Company musical from when they was at the Royal Albert Hall. It was on YouTube and for charity, and then they took it down. I watched that. And now I just need to read the book because I'm obsessed with this story. Christine and the Phantom. It's just... And Raoul. I didn't like Raoul's character that much until I saw the musical. Not the movie, but the musical. And I just fell in love with Raoul's character even more. The last 2 books I'm hoping to get to. The other book, the first one, it's on my hallway shelf, and that is The English Assassin by Daniel Silva. This is book 2 in the Gabriel Allen series. I know I said that The Confessor was book 2 many videos ago, but that was a mistake. mistake. Yes. The English Assassin. This is book 2 in the Gabriel Allen series, written by Daniel Silva. It's about an Israeli spy, and he just wants to be an art restorer, and his old boss just keeps pulling him back in and giving him these assignments because the people that he's closest to are in danger. So, I call it the Israeli James Bond. And James Bond is Daniel Craig, his last time as James Bond, and I'm hoping that Idris Elba becomes the next James Bond, because that fine hunk of specimen would be amazing as James Bond. Or the female James Bond. The first female James Bond. I don't know who, but I am all for that. But it's got to be someone good. I mean, and they have to do a couple movies. More than 2. Like 2 or 3, like Pierce Brosnan. That was... He was the first James Bond I watched. Pierce Brosnan. Die Another Day. That was the first James Bond movie ever that I watched. And I watched that with my brother because it had Halle Berry in it. And my brother was obsessed with Halle Berry. And then I watched the old ones, like Dr. No and Goldfinger and A Good Time to Die, or something like that. I don't remember any other ones. At the End of the World, something like that. I don't know all these James Bond names. Casino Royale, that's Daniel Craig. But that's the first James Bond book. I have not read the books, but I'm planning on it. Anyways, the last book on my May TBR, I may not get to, but I really want to get to, is Frontlines by Michael Grant. And this is a series set during World War II, but it's got female soldiers in action, and that's all I know about it. There's another series that I'm reading by Michael Grant. It's the Hunger, or the Gone series, and I wanted to read Hunger 2 months ago, or last month, and I just never got to it. If I don't like Hunger, I'm not going to be continuing that series, but I'm like really interested in this one, and I have all 3 books in this trilogy. It's Frontlines, Silver Stars, and Purple Hearts. That is it for my May TBR. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. What are you reading for the month of May? If you have put a TBR video out and you are new to my channel, welcome. Please link your video down in the comments, and I will go and give it a like and watch it. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Which will be my April wrap-up.